Chapter 17, Section 2, called Two-Way Trade. I think it's the shortest section in the entire book. The whole section is only 6 paragraphs, and the reason for it is to describe this phenomena of two-way or intra-industry trade. And all this means is that sometimes when we observe trade, it doesn't see that comparative advantage is the reason for it. So for example, we see Americans exporting cars to Japan, and at the same time we're importing cars from Japan. And so which country has a comparative advantage in producing cars? Right? It doesn't seem that comparative advantage is a good explanation for intra-industry trade. So I think the explanations for intra-industry trade boil down to, one, a preference for variety. You know, some consumers prefer Japanese cars. Some consumers prefer American cars. So they remind us of this concept of monopolistic competition. Right? The products are differentiated. And also, there are often economies of scale in production. And so, remind me again, what does economies of scale refer to? It's a situation where the average cost of production falls as you produce at a larger scale. And so this is another one of those concepts that you should take with you from this class. What does economies of scale refer to? You know, you sometimes hear about it here in Silicon Valley in terms of scalability. And that means, you know, can you increase production? You know, great, you have a product that people like, but can you sell 1 million of them? Or is that going to be too costly, right? Is it infeasible to produce them at a large scale? But economies of scale refers to something very precise. That's the average cost falls as output goes up. So, if you have a worldwide market for Ford Mustangs now, you could produce a lot of Ford Mustangs at a cheaper price and sell them to everybody who wants a Ford Mustang. And similarly, if you have a worldwide market for Toyota Priuses, you can produce a lot of them. The cost will fall because of economies of scale, and then you can satisfy all the diverse tastes. And so, it's not that the theory of comparative advantage is wrong. You know, certainly it's not. We see it's mathematically valid. But it's not the only explanation for trade.